Hi, my name is Ennis. Thank you for joining me on the Creative Collective. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, YT Wings.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, you're originally from New Orleans, or is that where you reside now?
I'm originally born and raised in New Orleans, but I do a lot of traveling.
And what was it like growing up in New Orleans?
I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's like basic hood life. Anywhere else, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anywhere you go around the world, and you see like real project living, that's what New Orleans is.
I think most people who are not from New Orleans, they think of Mardi Gras and what, Bourbon Street.
Right, you know what I'm saying? The French quarters, you know what I'm saying? I mean, basically you come here and it's parties and festivals. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's basically what New Orleans is. It's one big tourist attraction. You know what I mean? But as soon as you cross the bridge, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nothing like what's advertised on TV.
And so, what sort of effect do you think growing up in New Orleans has had on you musically?
It actually gave me like the insight of, you know what I'm saying, basically like where you come from and where you should be trying to go. Because I mean, basically, we the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we basically got different situations here. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's a complete mixture. You know what I'm saying? From poverty to riches. You know what I'm saying? All in the same city.
And growing up, were you heavily influenced by music?
Growing up, basically, I got into music. My oldest brother, you know what I'm saying, was actually a rapper, and he got booked for a concert, and so basically, I got a backstage pass, and a lot of the like New Orleans MCs that you're like hearing now, or that you have heard, you know what I'm saying, that was like popular, you know what I'm saying, like for this like Cash Money, all this and different things like that. They was all performing at this event, and once I seen them performing, you know what I'm saying, I instantly fell in love with music. So I mean, I basically went home and I wrote my first rap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it probably was like the corniest thing ever in the world, but you know what I'm saying? I stuck with it and I stuck at it. And basically, everything have a starting point. You know what I'm saying? But things just blossomed from there.
And how old were you when you first got into a recording studio?
Um, May 23rd, 2002. I actually started off with a little group, and from the group, you know what I'm saying, it became like a bigger thing because we all had different goals and aspirations with it, and we all had different like issues and life problems that we all were dealing with that pretty much sent us on different journeys. You know what I'm saying? But we still friends to this day. You know what I'm saying? But like far as like with that May 23rd, 2002, you know what I'm saying? That was my first time ever like recording the song professionally, getting recorded. That was later on in 2009. I was actually in Atlanta and I met a DJ named DJ Triple T, and he pretty much, you know what I'm saying, like I went over to his house and he was doing a studio session, and like it was basically he coaching the guy up on the music. And I was like, man, look, y'all need to hear me rap. And I just started rapping. You know, like during this guy's session, and he was like, hold up, baby, Tupac, we're gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you behind the mic. Hold up. And from that day, you know, he was like, it was like, man, look, you ain't gotta bring no money or nothing. Whatever you want, just you know what I'm saying, just come through and we can record. And from there, he linked me with his son, who was actually a club promoter. And in Atlanta, they actually do like a little $500 contest at Club Coca Local. And I went up in there my first time ever, and I won the $500, and it was like, like it was crazy, man. Like, cause I mean, like I basically went recorded the song. I made the beats off a PlayStation app, Music Maker. You know what I'm saying? And literally just imported the beats, you know what I'm saying, with some crazy wires that I got from Radio Shack. And I basically made my own beats, recorded the song, and I went Coco Loco, performed it, and won the $500 like my first time going up in there. And I mean, since then, it's literally like just been on.
And describe kind of what was going through your mind, or what was that feeling like when you were performing?
It was actually kind of crazy because I actually lied, because I told him, like basically I'm in a whole different city, and I basically told him like yeah, man, I be performing all the time, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans, this and that. So I mean, like not really knowing me and taking my word for it, like they pretty much thought that, that, oh well, yeah, this guy is ready, you know what I'm saying? But that was actually my very first time ever performing anywhere. But I mean, I guess it was, like first time luck, and you know what I'm saying, and those good vibes and the energy and the nerves just built up and made it into a great performance.
And so we're going to get back to the music, but I just wanted to talk about, so you also do photography and videography. What made you want to get into photography, or how'd you start doing that?
Basically what happened was, like, I was paying for music videos, and as I was paying for music videos, I was asking questions. As I'm asking questions, I'm like, man, how much that camera cost? Like what kind of lights those are? So it was like, oh man, this you can probably find this camera used for about $500. I'm like, I'm paying that for this video. Like, I probably should buy a camera, you know what I'm saying, before I shoot another video. So I ended up buying my camera, and I didn't right away just start shooting videos, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to play with the camera, mess with the camera, just see what I could shoot, what I could edit. And as time progressed, it was like, like people went to seeing my work and was like, man, you actually dope. You know what I'm saying? You can probably do something with it. So as I'm studying working at it, like my work actually got to a point where it was like, maybe I should start investing some money into this and take it serious. And basically, that's how that came about.
And so, how many about roughly how many music videos have you filmed?
I'm over 100 videos under my belt. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've shot videos for, you know what I'm saying, just about everybody in the city of New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I done done videos for people with names, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done things for Juvenile, Skip, Successful 5. That's just the name of a few people that people in New Orleans know. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, anybody that knows snap and shoot photography, you know what I'm saying, knows my work. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And is that something that you would advise other artists to do, and invest in their own, camera or video recorder to start recording and documenting what they have going on?
I would definitely advise people, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever you can personally do that's gonna, stop you from having to reach in your pocket to spend more cash. You know what I'm saying? You should definitely, invest in, making, lightening the load for yourself. But there's a lot of people that, they can't handle multitasking like that. So I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, you know, some people should just be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, you put more on yourself than you can handle, you know what I'm saying? And now you stuck over here in video world, you know what I'm saying? You know, now you shooting videos for other people when you could actually be making dope songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about not putting too much on yourself more than what you can handle.
And so you're an artist who also is a businessman as well, right?
Correct.
And so how important do you think that is? And I also want to talk about your merchandise, your T-shirts as well. But how important do you think it is that up and coming artists also look at themselves like a business?
That's the most important thing of it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, like, I tell people all the time, like, you know, I mean, at this point, I'm 33 years old, you know what I'm saying? And half of my life, you know what I'm saying, I've been trying to do exactly what I'm doing today. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, basically, had I had the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, you know, back in 2009 that I have now, you know what I'm saying, like, this would be on a whole different plateau right now. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, you got to really think to yourself, like, you know what I'm saying, like, what can I do to make money to fund what I'm doing without me going to work every day, you know what I'm saying, and spending that money to fund what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's something that you're doing that you love to do, you need to figure out how to make that fund itself. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, if you could fund that without spending your 9-to-5 money, you know what I'm saying, and without taking away from where you got to lay your head at, you know what I'm saying, you actually got something successful going, you know what I'm saying, you know.
Absolutely. So when did you start making your T-shirts and your merchandise?
Along with the release of the album, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, I pretty much dabbled in like doing the T-shirts maybe for about 2-3 years now. But it was like, you know, basically when I put the album out, I was like, now I need, you know, something to help promote the album, and everybody wears T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I got an album out here, Timeless Classics. You know what I'm saying? Bam, let me put that on a T-shirt, see if I could get people, you know what I'm saying? Because basically another thing what I learned was, you know what I'm saying, something, you know what I'm saying, people don't take what you give them for free with the same intensity as something that they paid for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I was to see you, hey man, look, check out my CD, and I give you a CD, you might put that CD in your back pocket, sit on it, and break it. Oh man, I just broke dude's CD. You know what I'm saying? But if I actually, you know, motivated myself and actually sold you that CD, you know what I'm saying? Even if I sold it to you for $1, you know what I'm saying? You know, chances are that you're gonna take more care of it, you know what I'm saying? You know, because now you're actually invested in the CD that you just purchased. You know, and another thing, if I just give you a CD, shit, you liable to jump in the car, throw it in your console, and never to be seen again. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you clean it out your car, you know what I'm saying? Something like, oh man, I ain't never listened to dude's CD. You know what I'm saying? But if you pay for it, chances are that bitch going right in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to listen to my investment. You know what I mean? Because I'm invested in it.
So let's talk about your album, Timeless Classics. When did you release that?
It actually was originally supposed to be released, you know what I'm saying, on January 17th. But I had a few features on it or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, that I had to get clearance from that I originally thought I had the clearance for. Like UTP skipping a little flip from Houston. You know, literally I had to get clearance, you know what I'm saying, you know, well, notice of authorization, you know what I'm saying, from them that they were a part of the project. So that ended up pushing it back all the way to March. So I mean, I believe it was March 9th was the online release date.
And those are some pretty big feature names. How did you get them involved on the project?
I actually used to work for UTP Skip, you know what I'm saying, a few years ago. And with Lil Flip, he actually performed in Baton Rouge at a show that I was actually supposed to be an opener on. But, you know, basically something happened with the promoter, and once I got there, I didn't take it serious. I didn't think I was like, man, Lil Flip not performing here. You know what I'm saying? You know, so basically time went by and the DJ kept saying, you know, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Lil Flip's on his way, Lil Flip's on his way. And I'm like, man, Lil Flip ain't on his way here. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened, shit, Flip showed up and he was, you know what I'm saying? And like he was, in my honest opinion, like he was one of the most humblest, you know what I'm saying, you know, platinum artists that I ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude literally was in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, y'all got to purchase a meet and greet to come talk to me. He was like, man, look, y'all want to take pictures over here? You know what I'm saying? What y'all want to do interviews over here? You know what I'm saying? How y'all want to do it? You know what I'm saying? You know, and then, you know, on top of that, it was like, you know, he was basically supposed to just be doing an appearance, but dude literally got on stage and freestyle for like 15 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know, man, look, no matter how many records I sell or how many records I sold, you know what I'm saying, man, look, I was always you know what I'm saying, you know, a MC, you know what I'm saying, well, I was always an aspiring MC just like y'all is today. So he was like, you know, I ain't gonna never feel like I'm bigger than y'all, you know, but pretty much like I just approached him and I asked him about a feature and he was like, man, look, I'm gonna give you my number, give me a call, let me know what you want to do, whatever you want. So, you know, just randomly, you know, I shot him a text and, you know what I'm saying, he was like, look, send me the track to this email address, you know what I'm saying, and soon as I get a break on this tour, because he was actually on tour with Snoop Dogg and Boosie Collins at the time. But, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much was like, you know, soon as he get a break on the tour, he'll give me a call. So I sent him the song in the email, and, you know, I never got a call back from him, but I received an email that said Lil Flip, and basically, shit, he had done the feature.
That's really incredible. Can you talk about some of the songs off of the album?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I got my intro with, you know, a pretty dope video, you know what I'm saying, which is For the Love, you know what I'm saying, and it was basically me speaking on, you know, the music industry as of, you know what I'm saying, the state of the music industry right now, you know what I'm saying, and basically, you know, me just, whatever I do, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing it because I love hip-hop, you know what I'm saying. Then I got A Long Way to Go, you know what I'm saying, which is a very important record, you know what I'm saying. That was the record that also features on UTP Skip. And that feature pretty much came about, you know, I gave him a call one day and he was like, man, look, you know, if you want to do it, go ahead and set the studio time up because I'm going to Houston tomorrow. So, you know, he was like, when I get back, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. He said, but I ain't doing nothing right now. He was like, so if you want to go ahead and knock it out, let's go ahead and knock it out. So I called Beat Doctor, you know what I'm saying, which is a very, you know what I'm saying, you know, known producer down here. And when I gave him a call, you know what I'm saying, you know, I set the studio time up and basically Skip went in, he came, you know what I'm saying, he met me at the studio and he literally wrote his verse right there. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, bro, I got you, you know what I'm saying? Literally, you know, we sat there, he wrote his verse, went in and recorded his verse, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's pretty much what it's been. I got my single that I'm actually about to get ready to give a real big push. It's called Summertime Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Features Pierre LaFree Jr., you know what I'm saying? He's a you know, he's a very dope up and coming artist out of New Orleans. and he also dabbled in singing a little bit. So pretty much I had this song, I had this hook, you know what I'm saying, and I can't sing at all, so it was like, I was basically just fishing, like, I was like, man, you know what, I'm just gonna auto-tune it. So I went over there, and then he was like, man, look, just record the song, and I'm gonna sing the hook. So he basically ended up singing the hook, and then he put a bridge on the song that was really dope, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much now I'm about to get ready to, really get behind the song and do some promotion for it. All in all, bro, it's really an album full of singles. You know what I'm saying? It's all real feel good music, like literally rider music. Like you could literally get in your car, press play. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's, you know what I'm saying, none of the songs are like on the same, on the same tempo or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you really get a great difference, you know what I'm saying, with every record.
And who are some of the producers that you worked with on this project?
My favorite producer is Don P, and he's under Jaji Beats online. Now I got producer called Colbert. He's the producer that produced Long Way to Go. I don't want to get these names wrong. But I don't know. It's kind of hard. I was trying to see if I had any of the local producers besides Beat Doctor on the CD. No, I don't think so.
And how do you connect with different producers?
I'm sorry. I gotta mention Dr. Bass. Dr. Bass is a credited producer on the album. You know what I'm saying? He's a local producer from here. But what I look for when I'm looking for beats is I'm looking for a producer that's not going to give me a sounds like beat. I don't want a beat that sounds like a Kendrick Lamar beat. Sounds like a Lil Pump beat. You know what I'm saying? The instant when you put sounds like, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, a different type of artist name in the beat, I probably don't even want to listen to the beat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not looking for a tight beat. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a beat that's personalized. You know what I'm saying? So if you gotta put Boosie type beat, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably don't even want to listen to that beat.
How would you best describe your music?
Uplifting, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I killed anybody in none of the songs. I'm just.
And could you describe your music making process?
Being honest with you, I'm once I get a vibe to a track, I literally sit there and I'm gonna write until it's complete. And normally it doesn't take very long, you know what I'm saying? So but as far as like putting together my album, the process of that was I basically purchased maybe about 60 tracks. And literally, as I began to make music, you know what I'm saying, I found my desktop to be, like overwhelmed with sessions, and it was like, man, well, I know this definitely goes on the album. I'm not too sure about this, but since I'm not too sure about this, hey, look, I'm gonna put out Timeless Classics, the prequel. And pretty much I ended up putting out Timeless Classics, the prequel, and on Timeless Classics, the prequel, which is a free mixtape. It can be downloaded on any mixtape site. I had DJ Bando from Atlanta post the mixtape. But that mixtape, I have a feature for Rick Ross and a feature from Young LA from Atlanta on the Timeless Classics, the prequel mixtape. And the thing was with the Rick Ross track, the reason why it's on the prequel and not the album, it was like I had the track and it was like, you know I had a lot of material for the album, so it was like let me give the Rick Ross track away for free to bring in people to, all right, well, if he giving away a free Rick Ross track, you know what I'm saying, like what's on the album, you know what I'm saying, and that's basically exactly the stance that I took with it, you know what I'm saying. And I mean, shout out to Rick Ross or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, like, just being honestly, you know what I'm saying, at that point financially, I definitely probably wasn't able to, purchase a feature from Rick Ross, but, you know what I'm saying, I mean, I basically had the DJ and whatnot, and he, he went in and negotiated things, and, you know what I'm saying, and got that deal done for me, and it was the same thing with Young LA.
So it sounds like networking has certainly been a key to your career.
Right. See, that's the thing. It's very important to network, you know what I'm saying, because you never know who knows who. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times what I try to explain to people is, like, a lot of the times it's not even about the music. You know what I'm saying? It's really 90% business and 10% talent, because I'm just being honest, and I'm not taking shots at nobody, but I don't like nothing I heard on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And that's not taking shots at nobody, you know what I'm saying, because I respect everybody grind. But, you know what I'm saying, for this, like, if I was I'm about to bump this, it definitely wouldn't be nothing that I heard on the radio. But that's the thing. You never know who knows who. You know what I'm saying? So before you disrespect people, you know what I'm saying, and burn bridges that you shouldn't burn, you know what I'm saying, you should take that into account.
So where are some of the places that you've performed?
I didn't hear you say that again.
Where are some of the places that you've performed?
I've been just about everywhere, you know what I'm saying, in the United States, except New York and California. Like, I'm literally actively right now working on, you know what I'm saying, doing a few dates in California, you know what I'm saying, but literally, like, I've been everywhere outside of New York and California.
And can you talk about one of your performances that's memorable or sort of stands out?
I mean, it'll have to be the Coca Local performance in Atlanta. I mean, my very first performance, you know what I'm saying, ever. But I mean, I done Super Sunday Uptown in New Orleans last year, whatnot, which was like a spur of the moment thing. Like, I was basically out there. I'm speaking on like thousands of people. So it was like, I basically just out there, and the DJ was like, hey man, what you got there? So I gave him, I just gave him a CD, you know what I'm saying? It's a DJ, you know what I'm saying? Any artist, if you have, you know what I'm saying, when you go to the club, before you go speak to the artist or anybody else, the DJ should be the first person to get your CD. You know what I'm saying? So, but I gave the DJ my CD or whatnot, and he was impressed with the artwork. And he basically asked me if I wanted to perform. So he was like, you want me to play the CD? Well, what song you want? So I'm like, there's a lot of kids out there, so I'm like, I'm really like trying to figure out, like, man, what song do I have with no profanity in it? And that was another reason why one of the things I started doing when I make my music, I just take the cursing out of it now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not saying that it's not going to be explicit content, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, you know, I personally would prefer to just replace the curse word versus, you know, having an edited version of the album. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you could take the profanity out, you know what I'm saying, in a writing process, you can actually have a, you know, a better, you know what I'm saying, a better sounding album.
And what advice would you have for any like aspiring musician or anyone just starting to pursue a career in music?
I mean, take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you gotta really take it serious, you know what I'm saying? And you have to invest. You know what I'm saying? Like, promotion is the most important part of a project, because I can't buy a project I can't buy something that I don't know exists. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a song, you gotta push it. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay to promote it. You have to get it in people's face.
And where can fans go to listen to your music?
I mean, you can check out my mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, on pretty much all, you know, any of your favorite mixtape platform sites, you know what I'm saying, for just like the Dat Pips, my mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, you know, hiphop.com, for just like with Timeless Classics, the album, anywhere you can purchase music, download, stream, you know what I'm saying, you can find Timeless Classics, you know what I'm saying, basically. Instead of typing in Kendrick Lamar, Cardi B, or whoever else you like, just type in YT Wings, and I'm gonna pop up. I also have my album in 2 stores here in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's at Peaches Records. You know what I'm saying? Which is here in Magazine Street. Well, on Magazine Street, which is you know, very popular New Orleans record store. You know what I'm saying? That's literally been here since the Master P days. And there's also in Conrad Records in Kenner, Louisiana. But I also do have a website, you know what I'm saying, which is welcometowingsworld.com. And I ship all around the world, you know what I'm saying? So if you want a physical copy of the album, you know what I'm saying, you literally, you know what I'm saying, log on the website, you know what I'm saying, hit the store, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna automatically get a alert right away, and I'm literally going to ship within 2 hours or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I'll be at the post office shipping it off, and you should receive it within 3 to 4 business days.
And as we wrap up, is there anyone you'd like to thank or acknowledge for offering financial or emotional support?
I'm not going to really name names, but I want to, you know what I'm saying, I like to thank all the features that's on the album, you know what I'm saying, because basically, of course, you know what I'm saying, you know, without y'all, you know what I'm saying, the album wouldn't be complete, or the album probably wouldn't be what it is. I'm going to give a shout out to Strive Magazine, Strive Hip Hop and Social Magazine, you know, because they always behind me, you know what I'm saying, supporting me, you know what I'm saying, you know, even when it doesn't look that way, you know what I'm saying, you know, like, they just released a magazine just now, you know what I'm saying, and I'm in the magazine, I'm the #1 artist to look for. I mean, you know, my mom, of course, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, literally, if I called my mom and be like, hey, look, I got a show at the House of Blues, you know what I'm saying, she was like, well, I'm gonna call Erica and out, you know what I'm saying, and we'll be there. What time you getting there? I'd be like, I'm gonna get there for 9. Well, we gonna already be there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's about it.
All right, my name is Sean Ennis with Ennis Management. I'd like to give a very big thank you to my special guest today, YT Wings. As always, write your comment below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, and music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.